Ijibi jilandi baba Ijibi. That's it. I just put my sister on gunpoint and said, "Get up and go in front." And with grace, she just got up and came. So thank you so much. While my brother was talking about money, I noticed most of you are holy saints. The way you were sitting, I was concerned. You say that you are all in red in your bank accounts. Brother Wendo, this conversation, I think we need it like 10 times every year. Because I could tell some people were sitting like this when they were listening. All right, Sister Munanga, you're up for some comments, and then we're going to
Hello.
have a presentation on Kwacha Holdings. So we're in a business overdrive right now.
Hello. Okay, that's on. So, good morning, everybody. I was going to do this at the end, closing, but looking at people having to leave, so I thought it best that I just do it right now. So, why am I here? Most of you, I'm sure you have heard from a lot of people just talking about this place and how much we have enjoyed being here. Oh, I have to introduce myself. So I'm Josephine Porokoso Mnanga. I'm the president. I'm the president of the North Pacific chapter. We are a smallest chapter of AZANA. There's only 35 of us. But I'm happy to say that 50% of that 35 were here attending this committee. So that is a win. That is a win for us. Yeah. So I just wanted to briefly talk about how we found ourselves here. A lot of people have said, this place is so beautiful. They are voting that AZANA every year camp meeting should be held here. That just speaks to the beauty of this place. But how did we get here? So this place, there's a lot of people that were involved in planning this event. And we couldn't have done it without all the hands that were put together for us to find ourselves here. So this started way back when, I think 2 years ago, that's when I heard about this place. So there was a Malawian group that came here to do their retreat, and they invited Dr. Nomsa, was part of that retreat. So Dr. Nomsa was here and then talked about this place to the signees. So the signees came to visit Dr. Nomsa and they just fell in love with this place. And when something is that good, you want to share it. So the signees were like, you guys have to see this place. They couldn't stop talking about it. So they invited us. They were like, you guys have to come and see this place. So we came here to see it. We were just blown away. We were like, this is where we need to be. And the planning started happening from that time. So the people that are responsible for the pleasure and the joy and the fellowship that we are enjoying here are many. So when I call your name, please come up. I might leave some people out, but I'll just talk about the people that were actively involved in planning for all of us to be here. We had many meetings. We met so many times. We disagreed, we agreed, but in the end, it all came together. When you put a lot of people together with different ideas, different opinions, there's friction sometimes. But the Spirit was present in our discussion, and we're here now, and we can see the success. So it is not one person. I know people are coming to me like, you're doing a good job. It's not about me. It's the glory of God and all the people that were involved in the process. So I would like to recognize the person who kept us on our toes. This person never let anything escape his sight. No matter how minute it was, he would be calling in the middle of the night. He would be calling, what's going on here? What are we doing here? Do you have this lined up? So the first person I would like to call is Pastor Hamankoli. Please come on up. He was very, very instrumental. Come on up. So, Pastor Hamankuli, we are so grateful for just for just being there with us and guiding us and praying for us. We felt your love and we just felt that you cared so much and you wanted things to go right. So we can't thank you enough for all the contributions that you did to our committee and to Azana. It shows the love of Christ and also the love of community. So thank you, Pastor Hamakoli. All right. Then stay standing. Stay right here. Please. Thank you. The next person I'm going to call up, I do not see her, so I'll wait. Um, the next person, I'll tell you when I see them. So the next person I'm going to call is this person took a lot of initiative. You know, they were just, when they were asked to be a part of the committee, they jumped on it, they had ideas, they were sharing and just wanting this to be a success. You know, they were volunteering to doing stuff and saying, you know what, I'll take on this. And they had a lot of initiative in planning on this. And that will be Sister Sini. So come on up. So she was responsible for registration. She did the goodie bags and she did our name tags. So for everybody who's looking beautiful with your name tags today, we owe it to Sister Sini. Thank you so much. Yeah. The next person, I did not speak to them a lot. They were in the committee. They were busy working in the background, very responsive. When you call them, they would answer the phone. But sometimes I wondered if things were going okay because I just wasn't sure what was happening in the background. But lo and behold, they delivered. The music was beautiful in this place. You know, we could sense the Holy Spirit and just we could sense the power of, you know, the musicians. They didn't need to talk a lot because they were working hard in the background and we saw it for ourselves. This person is Brother Makungu. Please come on up. All right. Thank you, Brother Makungu. Please come on up. He put in a lot of hours making sure that this all came together. We even had a violinist. That was pretty classic. That was pretty classic. So thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah. And then the next person I'm going to talk about is this person, very quiet. He's very meticulous about everything. He wants to make sure that, you know, he knows what is happening in point A, point B, and making sure that everything is falling in place. He doesn't talk a lot, but he's a doer. And the person I'm going to call, this person is Brother Cassandra. Thank you so much. So, what you might not know, please come on up. Please come on up. Come on up. So, we have Brother Cassandra to thank for getting us all here. So, Brother Cassandra was in charge of transportation. This man, this man was at the airport at midnight, making sure that people got here. So, thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then with everything that's going on here, you know, the media, making sure that, you know, we've had a few hiccups here and there, but for the most part, you know, they made sure that the audience, the people that are not here, are still getting the information somehow. And we've heard a lot of beautiful comments from people out there that they are following what is happening here. So that is a win. Even if here for us we might see a thing or two not working the way they should, we can thank Brother Saini, who led the media team, and of course, you know, David Chirwa for all the equipment. I'll call Elder Saini to come on up. He was responsible for the media. And Brother Saini also led our prayer team because he saw it. Thank you. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, without him, of course, him and Dr. Chirwa, we wouldn't have had the wonderful programmings that we have. Of course, Brother Saini he had a team, Brother Kalambata helping out there on the technical bench and a few others, but he led that team. So thank you so much. Sister Annie, I do not see her. So Dr. Annie Chambo, of course, did a fantastic job with our kids. They're having so much fun. Maybe Brother Luendo, you can come and accept that on behalf of your beautiful wife. So we have Sister Annie to thank for order. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right. Am I forgetting anybody? Am I forgetting anybody? All right, I am. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay, so the last person I'm going to call is this person in our household. We He's normally not there when things are. He waits until there's a crisis. He fixes it really quickly. So sometimes, if you had been involved from the get go, we wouldn't be where we are. But this person I love dearly, and he's my barometer. He keeps me straight, moral compass, everything. So this person put in a lot of work, and he was there to support me when I would be whining about not knowing if this thing is going to come together. But he was like, just calm down, focus on quality and not quantity. So when he said that, I kind of had a paradigm shift and just said, you know what? I think what he's saying is right. And we couldn't be grateful for everything that you have done, my dear husband. Albert, come on up. Come on up. Thank So, so actively in the 2024 CAM meeting planning committee, these are the faces that helped in the committee. So not to say.
Let's talk about this lady first.
No. Let
Are
me
you
let me
sure?
finish.
Go
Let me
ahead.
finish. Yeah. So so when I hand it out too. So anyway, like I said, in the committee, there were other people that were still working in the background. So I just want to recognize these two women because in Bemba, there's a saying that goes like umulilo shingile abakalamba taocha. So we were protected. I would like to call Mrs. Chimbanga to just stand and Mrs. Lozi to stand. Yeah. So what these two women did, knowing that they were in our corner, we knew that we were protected. They came up and just saying, do you have this? Without even asking them, they were there telling us, oh, let's do this, let's do this. And we yielded to their advice. And of course, it has shown for itself. You wanna add?
And they fed us. We didn't know what we were asking for. We thought they'll just bring little snacks. Guess what? They brought punkoyo, they brought pitumbua, they brought scones, they brought bananas, they brought everything. So we're so grateful.
We are so grateful. Yes, yes. Yeah. And really, this is what we've experienced here is a test of heaven.
Yes.
And the preachings, the presentations, when something is that good, let us go out there and share it with other people.
Amen.
What we have experienced here, let us not keep it to ourselves. Let's go share it. We know that Jesus is coming soon.
Amen.
So let us be the ambassadors to advance God's mission.
Amen.
Just like when Sister Nomsa came here and introduced us to this place, we went out there and brought all of you. So what started with one person. Look at what it has done. And we can all attest and say, we've had a good time. We've enjoyed ourselves here. So thank you so much, for being present, for being active, and just for being there. The fellowship has been so sweet, and we are so thankful, and we praise God for that.
Amen. Amen. Amen.
So, what do we say about this lady? She did everything. Let's stand up and give a hat off, please. Amen. Thank you.
All right.
Testing. All right. Thank you, Sister Mnang. Oh, it's the volume at the back. That's what I'm being told here. Thank you, Sister Mnanga. Thank you, everybody that was involved. It is truly humbling to see work together. No, everybody is busy, but to be able to see all of us share the burden, it's a beautiful thing. And like she said, there are many people that made suggestions, were involved, and they cared, and that was wonderful to see. So thank you for all the everybody that involved, and I want to say also thanks to Scott. Yeah, you've made our experience. Yeah, and we had Masha yesterday too. So thank you. So next time this come meeting is away, please do the same thing. Because I think I like move a motion that the new Dawn Quartet be the official come meeting group, singing group. So that clapping means you don't have to wait for the announcement. It means every year you plan and prepare, right? Thank you. Well, that was beautiful. Yeah, APSA, Kwacha Holdings. I don't know what he's going to talk about. I know what Kwacha means. Pastor Maxo and those that don't know, Kwacha is our currency like the US dollar. So Kwacha is a currency in Zambia, but it also means morning. Yeah, Kwacha. You can explain that if you like. All right, thank you.
Thank you. How are you, everybody? Oh, yeah, you can turn it up. I don't want to speak too loudly. You can, the yellow, you can turn up the yellow, but not too loud. Thank you for your presentation on insurance. So this is more a supplement. We need to have different sources of securing our wealth. So this is one of them. I would like to call upon the members of Kwacha. In our last camp meeting, we presented this idea of a company for AZANA members. So all of you as AZANA members, I'm hoping by the end of this presentation, you all sign up and be members, be investors in this company. So currently, we have some members here. I would just like you to come up if you know you are a member of Kwacha. Come, I didn't say stand. We have our sister. So Kwacha Holdings is a registered company. It's been registered in Texas, and currently some of the members we have Dr. Costa Mnyengwe is a member. We have Dr. Crispin Ntungo, Dr. Chimbamoa, and yours truly, Green Monk over there. Oh, yeah. And then we have Brother Karue, then our sister here. You're sitting down. And that's our CEO, is our chairman, Brother Mos Chambo, who happens to be a brother to the presenter. I love this guy. I love everybody in the group. It's very dynamic. This company is going for millions. It's going to be a great company for AZANA, that's for sure. Other members, when this thing wakes up, it has been troubling us for a long time. Okay, there is me and, oh yeah, there is Sister Stella there. She's a member of this chapter. She's an investor in this company. And we have Dr. Cholwe. So these are the founder members of Kwacha Holdings. So far, this is our registration. We are duly registered in Texas. We consult lawyers on some aspects of the business, etc. It's a LLC, which means that it's a limited liability company. What that means is that if this company goes bust, your resources will be intact. They won't come after your sources. Yeah. So now, I'd like to talk about our growth strategy. So we are in phase one. Phase one is for 5 years. We are accumulating cash. So the goal in phase one is to accumulate $1 million in 5 years. And we're trying to make it simple. We did the mathematics. How can we make AZANA contribute so that it's not a burden? And the numbers are very simple. If 100 of you just contribute $167 per month for the next 5 years, we have 1 million. So we're trying to make it easy and not to make it a burden. At the end of 5 years, would have contributed about $10,000. If I asked you for $10,000 now, that's a burden, right? But just having like a car note for 167, 5 years, Zambians, AZANA, let's do something. If we won't do this, who's going to do it? Nobody. And once this is successful, things like these camp meetings will be easy to sponsor. My vision is that in the next 25 years, now this is a personal one. In the next 25 years, we want our kids to have so many companies, they'll be scrambling to sponsor AZANA. They'll be saying, no, this year it's our company sponsoring. That's the vision. So we want to, we have built a culture of spirituality. We are spiritual, right? We have done good on knowing Jesus, second coming doctrine. As a community, we have done very well. But we are still weak when it comes to financing. And I don't know who told us that it's somehow spiritual to be broke. I don't know where we got that. I don't know, it's like having money. So for some reason, most Adventists think like it's worldliness. Well, you pay your tithe, right? Anyway, we need to have, just as we are growing spiritually as a community, we need to grow financially. So in the next 5 years, you contribute 167, we'll make 1 million. Then after that 1 million, we'll go in phase two. Phase two, we have looked at a lot of businesses. There are some businesses that cost like maybe $60,000. It's a car wash. We can say, okay, we'll put up a car wash in Seattle, another one in Atlanta, because now we have money to do. It takes money to make money. So after that phase, it will be easy for us to start all kinds of businesses, but to have a screening criteria. It will be those businesses that give you a lot of high cash flows, so that will be making a lot of money. We'll try to be patient and wait for 5 years. If Jesus comes, that's okay. We'll say we tried. We didn't bury our talent in the ground. So that's after 5 years. Then after that, after we have had a lot of businesses earning a lot of cash around, now we'll go for the big businesses, like long-term businesses that will require like industries, like we'll have like factories, millions of investments, processing stuff in Zambia and in the US. But so when we reach phase three, now we are talking of millions. And down the road, it would be nice for AZANA to be $1 billion company. You know it's possible, right? There's a lot of money in this world. I'll tell you a story. Last week in our group, I shared an article where this company in New York refused to be acquired by Google. Google was offering them $43 billion, and they said no. Can you imagine for 3 billion? And you say, no, they must know what they were doing, right? Yeah. So that's our growth strategy for this campaign. We will die, all of us, but we hope Kwacha will live on. This vision will be left to our kids and whoever will be, in touch, in leadership for this Kwacha Holdings. The key members for Kwacha is AZANA. And once we start making money in phase 2 and phase 3, we'll be able now, if we get a request like Rusango, they want something, it will be easy. We'll stop this thing of passing plates where you just contribute 100. No, we'll be doing serious projects. Like we can create a place like this, right? If you have money. And these are the things that we hope to do. This place has been very inspiring. So this is the plan I talked about, our 5-year plan. We raise 1 million, and 1 million is very small. In America, this 1 million is very small cash, but we are Zambians, and it's okay. Let's start small. In America, 1 million is small, okay? In America, 1 million is small money. So we are starting small. So don't think like 1 million is a lot of money. No, this is small money. So just 100 of you contributing 166 per month for 60 months will be at 1 million. Then we'll do those projects we talked about. And now, so far, last year at camp meeting, when we were talking about this, it was more of an idea, but now we have moved. The members who came in front and those you saw on the screen, they have made some contributions. So far, we have raised small 40,000. We have invested 36,000 in Zambia in government bonds and treasury bills. This is what we did last year. So this year we had our first 6 months coupons. The treasury bills, they pay you every 6 months. So we got something and we reinvested that into treasury bills. And during the drought in Zambia, we started talking about what we can do. So we are trying to say, okay, let's see if we can do some pilot projects. We want to do a joint venture with some guys in Mbala to grow some beans. We are not trying to risk, so we just want to do one acre to see how it goes. If it makes a lot of money, then we'll put it as part of, like, anything we get from the treasury bills, we'll invest it in projects like that so that we can grow some extra cash. Oops, sorry, I went too far. So, any questions? So this is about Kwacha, and we have a prospectus that tells the details. You can download it using that QR code over there, and when it wakes up. We did make some copies. I'll share the link on our camp meeting thing, but our chair was saying we can print a few copies for those who might want to have a physical copy of what our prospectus is. So this prospectus goes in details about our plans and what we are doing, and the lawyer looked at the document. So, any questions? Any question? Yes. Mike.
Well, first time I'm hearing about it. I think I missed the last 1-2 camp meetings.
Your wife should have talked to you.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay, she says yes. Sounds very interesting. Yeah, sounds very interesting. But I have a few questions, of course.
Mhm.
So this company is owned by AZANA.
No,
Who owns this company?
members.
The members.
Yes,
Okay, so it's a private limited company
yes,
for profit.
yes.
Okay, so how does the AZANA come in? Because AZANA is another institution altogether. How does it come in?
So we are just fishing people from Azana. It has nothing legally to do with Azana,
Oh,
but
okay.
it's empowering members of Azana to be part of the business.
Ah, okay,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
okay. I think I'm interested. I can
Good.
already see 5 years from now there'll be at least $1 million.
Start signing up.
Then
Yes,
one question:
yes.
you invested,
Yeah, around.
you raised $40,000.
Yeah.
You put the $6,000 in treasury bills.
Yeah.
You got a return after 6 months.
Yes.
How much did you get?
It's about, if I can remember, was it 2000? Do you remember? No, 2000, I think. I think it was
$2,000.
$2,000. Yes.
$2,000 on 6,000 in 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You think it's a good deal?
So, let me explain this part. Phase one is cash accumulation. So instead of just putting the cash, waiting for it to get into 1 million, we are trying to, so in finance, there's a concept where you're preserving your cash without risking it to disappear. So instead of just putting it in the bank and earning 1%,
Yes.
we put it there because in theory, in financial theory, government bonds are supposed to be safe because they are backed by the power of government, taxation. So it's believed in finance that since governments have the ability to get tax, they have cash flows. So if you invest like it's in a US security or government security in Zambia, you are kind of secure. So in the list of investments you have in this world, bonds and treasury bills are ranked as safe investments.
Safest, yeah, okay.
Yeah, not 100%, because if you read this brochure, there's a page where we talk about risk. Like, if, for example, in Zambia, what's the risk that we could lose this money? Yeah, inflation might eat away on some of the profit, but in general, unless some wicked government comes in and they stop paying, but which is a difficult thing for the government to default on things like this.
Okay.
But there's still a possibility that the government might not pay.
Okay. So each member is supposed to contribute how?
10,000.
10,000. So,
yes.
but that is the 100 members.
Yeah, so with our calculation is if we do 100 members, we can get to that number. If we have more members, we can get to that number quicker.
Earlier.
Yes,
How many members do you have right now?
about 10.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I see. Okay,
You'll be
fine.
the number 11.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Yes.
And my wife, 12.
Yes. Yes. And your children, your YouTuber child, and the lawyer. Yeah, 167. Yes. Okay. Any other question? Yeah. So let me explain more. So when you put in 167, you are getting some shares. I think it works out to be maybe 10 point something shares. So by the time you get to 100, you have a set, $10,000, you have a number of shares. So what will happen is when we're in phase two, at the end of the year, the management will sit down and say, okay, we have made 400,000. How much of this 400,000 are we going to put back in the business, or how much are we going to give back to the members? So we might decide and say, this year, let's just give everything to the members. Or we'll say, this year, let's not give, let's invest more. So it will depend on management. But you get, so even like now, if this thing was to 10 people, Whatever the 40,000 and whatever the 2,000 will be shared back to them. Any other question? Okay. Who is not going to sign up? And why? Let's have an honest discussion. Who is not going to sign up and why? Yes, please. It's okay. You can keep contributing. It's 5 years. So we don't care whether you're in Malawi or in Congo, as long as you're paying, it doesn't matter. Or you can just pay in advance the 10,000 you forget. But if you pay in advance, we'll give you a discount, meaning you have more shares for your 10,000 than a regular person. And whoever wants to pay, because some people don't want to wait for 5 years, they might decide to pay now. Don't worry. That's the simplest thing. Sorry? Yes, we have about 6 months. So our next 6 months. No. So the number of shares that you pay will determine how much will be given when the company says it's time to share profit. So the goal is for 5 years. If you can catch up in 5 years, you do your 10,000. If you want, you get your tax return, you just pay everything, you forget. Yeah, but okay, let's talk seriously. Is 167 too much? Yes. 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 It's a good question. So you have to think about it. You have to look at the advantage and disadvantage of each. So this thing, what will happen is in your will, in case you go on to rest, you write and say the beneficiary will be my daughter or my son. So when Kwacha declares dividends, they'll be getting the money. So let's think like the Jews. The Jews, they like circulating money. Yes, most of you are nurses. I don't see why you should be buying nurses uniforms, scrubs from other people. Why don't you actually Kwacha? Okay, Kwacha will sell you the uniforms, right? So whenever you want your scrubs, you buy from Kwacha. Let's be circulating the money within. Let's remove the mentality of like I said in our last camp meeting. I don't blame ourselves, right? These things are new to us. We don't have people we can look up to and guide us in these things, but we'll be doing a disservice to our children if we don't do these things. We need to establish these things so that by the time we are gone, the children can carry on and make money. Yes, please. Get the mic, sir. The mic, where's the mic? Hold on, for the people online, you need the mic.
What I wanted to say is, in addition to your comments, if you read Deuteronomy 15, verse 6, it says, "For the Lord thy God blesses thee, as he promised thee, and thou shalt lend unto many nations, but thou shalt not borrow, and thou shalt reign over many nations, but they shall not reign over thee." Without creating wealth, we will always be borrowing. Without doing that, some of these things will always be the tail. So this is just an avenue that the Lord has impressed us as AZANA to create wealth, and it's given to each one of you so that at the end our children will not be tails, but they'll be lenders. Thank you.
Yes. So, my sister, in your lifetime, after 5 years, 6 years, we'll be able to get something. Yes. And it's also, sometimes it's also your legacy, like what you leave for AZANA. It's not always about what we get for ourselves. Yeah, we are encouraging like individuals who can do businesses on your own. Most of us are doing that, which is fine. But we also want to leave a legacy for AZANA, our children, so that they'll be able to sponsor, they can do life on earth, whether you like it or not, it's about money. People come here because they are broke, some of them, they would have loved to come. So the more money we have, the more we'll be able to do some of these things. So let's not pretend. Money is needed. And we want AZANA to be down the road to a $1 billion organization. And just pray that Jesus, these kids get all this money, they are still faithful to you. That's our prayer, right? And like the young man was saying that blessing, he was saying, well, if our parents have raised us well, they should trust that, we are going to behave well. With money, we need a lot of grace from God because money can change you. Because once you have money, you can do almost anything you want. I can decide to dance, I'm going to Australia. So it's that discipline that the grace of God comes upon our lives to be able to handle large sums of money. And the reason some of us are broke, it's not that Jesus can't bless us. It's just that we can't handle it. So with AZANA, Kwacha, we have to learn how to have the grace of God to be able to handle $1 billion without going crazy. That's the whole point. How church should become relevant to you with 1 billion. Because some people, why you go to church, they have everything they need. So on the other side, we don't want Kwacha holdings to be so wealthy that our kids now feel like, hey, why should we go to church? We have everything we need. But we want this money to be tools for them to serve the Lord. So that's the principle. Those are the things we should promote. Yeah, how to handle large sums of money. So my sister, Jesus is ready to give you $1 billion. Can you handle it? Most of us, we can't handle. So, but we need to grow closer to him and pray very hard because you don't know what you don't know. Once that money comes to you, you might, yeah. So, was that a question? Or you're just scratching? Yes, please. Keep me on time, huh? How many more? 5? Thank you, sir.
Oh,
It looks like it's
Thank
not on. Can you fix it? Oh, it's on. Okay.
Okay. What I'm hearing is you're saying returns depends on how much you put in, correct?
So, like in any investment, whether it's your 401k, whatever, 403b, whatever retirement you have, so what companies do is at the end of the day, they will calculate whatever they got in their income, they'll subtract their expenses, then they'll have that net income, like that what remains. Then they'll say perhaps they have remained with 400. Then they will look and say, how much shares do you have? So they will do a percentage. If you have 20 shares, let's say if you have 20% shares, then they'll do a calculation and pay you according to your shares.
Okay.
Yes.
So, life happens. What about in the event that somebody fails to meet their premiums? How will that be calculated?
Oh, these are not premiums. These are premiums are for that guy,
Oh, the
insurance.
Okay.
So, so these are shares.
Shares, right.
There is nothing, you are not penalized. Because, okay, the goal is for you to have $10,000. If you have 5,000, then the one who has 10,000 will get twice the amount, your amount. Yeah, so you are not penalized, but the goal is for you to reach 10,000 so that you don't feel that, Raja watenga zambiri. So it doesn't cousin on. So if you want to get more, you pay.
You're paying more.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank Paper, I want these guys here to sign. Wamakungu, Sinyangwe, all of you, you need to sign now. Yes. That's the spirit. Yeah. Ramnanga, it's obvious. Otherwise,
There's a question here.
oh,
What if you want to invest more than 10,000?
more than
Or
10,000.
maybe I hit a jackpot and I say, hey, I've got $1 million here. I want to put it in there.
Brother Monga has an answer for you.
Sorry. As you can see in the prospectus, there's a maximum you can give. I can't just remember how much, but otherwise you can give more than 10,000 up to a maximum. I don't know what was the maximum, because otherwise you buy the whole company. If you paid 1 billion, then become so owner of the company. So there's a maximum.
Yeah, I think it's 10,000. The maximum, I think it's 10, if I'm not mistaken. But you have to refresh our minds.
Just wanted to say that this is very exciting information for Kwacha investment. Us Zambians who've been here in the United States, we've been very disadvantaged as far as investing back home because we didn't have people that we could trust to invest on our behalf. But with all this education that we've been receiving lately about investing in Zambia through the bonds and Bank of Zambia, it's very exciting. At least we will not be found in a position where it's time to go back home and we have nothing to lean on. I just wanted to answer a question about my brother-in-law who said or asked about investing more. This is, like an organization that you are coming together to do something big, right? But if you have extra money to invest, there's a sister who used to work for the Bank of Zambia here in the United States. As long as you have your Zambian registration card, they will help you, assist you to open an account with the Bank of Zambia and any other bank in Zambia. So you can invest here every month, 100 and whatever, 35, and you can send whatever money you want to invest in Zambia and purchase bonds by yourself. Now, I'm not discouraging this. I'm just saying if you have more and you want to do more, you can do both. This is a very good idea. Let's all promote it. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Yes, please.
For me, this is a very good idea. It's an experiment. It's an experiment with all of us to be involved. Because, when you have numbers, you can do anything. The idea that this company is selling to us, it should be a welcome idea to all of us if we want to be people who can generate wealth for our grandchildren and children. And in America, the companies that are long lasting are usually family founded companies because those people, they trust each other. So if as AZANA members opt to join this company, we are people of one faith, trust each other, the limit is the sky. And if this company really prospers, we'll come to a time where we just pay this place or any other place and just ask people to come to a camp meeting, pay for their tickets, and the company pays for room and boarding. So this is a good idea, sir, that I feel we should all be involved and be part of it. Thank you.
Any other? I think it's time up. Thank you for those who are signing up. I have some copies. Do you have something?
No, this is our chief CEO is on the phone.
Oh. Hello? Yes. Yeah.
There's a sign issue. Did you sign?
Oh, sorry. You can do more
That's
than
the first
10,000.
one. You are the first one.
You know me, when I see something, I don't
Yes. You have to say. Oh. No, everyone is welcome.
Okay, we'll talk later. Yeah. Okay. Yes, please. Who else wants? We still have some. I'm sure they are going fast.
I like the
Yeah,
the name, you know.
happy birthday.
Especially the name, and you're in America. In Zambia, it will be-
Yes. So, in closing, our goal is to get to 1 million. So, if somebody, the chair is of the view that if somebody has money and they help us get to 1 million, it's okay. So, if you have that 1 million,
That's what I was thinking. How can you refuse money? You take over the company.
yeah. So some of you running businesses like you, them, you are free to invest as individuals or you are free to invest as companies. Diversify. Mhm.
It's about pro rata.
Uh-huh.
If there is 50,000, you bring in 1 million.
Mm-hmm.
You still get your returns. It depends on how much you have put in.
Exactly.
Because that more profit has come because
Of you.
of your money. So you still get your share.
Yes, you get the majority, the lion's share.
And
Yes.
that should not be viewed as taking over the company.
Yeah, we just have to figure out on the votings. Yeah.
To avoid it, because we are very selfish.
Yeah.
You know? We people
Okay, there's one more question. Okay, guys, there's one more question, and we are concluding, sir. Wait. We need the people line to hear you. Can somebody pass the mic?
Yeah, I think this is working. Just a question, the board, how many members it's composed of, how that board was selected, how you select your projects, that, that type of thing. Do is there a meeting? Do you convene yearly, gather all the members?
Okay, so how we are operating is the question. So the background is that for a number of years, AZANA has been trying to do some business. So his question is on getting. So there's been a number of years where some people are in the group now. There's an issue of formalizing it. So it was more like those who were interested. Then after a few people were interested came together, now it was open to everybody, like during our last AZANA meeting. So that's how people like Sister Mary and others came up. So those who showed interest, they are called founding members. They are the ones who are going to manage. I feel like it's off. It has gone off. Okay, it's back. Yeah, so those who had showed commitment and paid a certain amount of money, that's how we came to 40,000. So those, because they have showed, they have, what do Americans call it? Skin in the game. They are part of the founders, so they are going to be the ones managing the company. So projects, screening projects, at this time, we are in cash accumulation. So we are not doing so much as specific projects. We are just accumulating cash. But instead of putting it under the mattress, we are saying, let's put it in some investments which are safe. So a part of this process, we are also trying to diversify. Like instead of just putting in Zambian government bonds, the reason we put them there is because the interest is very high. What you get for American bonds or treasury bills in the US, the interest rate is very low. Zambia is very high. So a time will come, to answer your question, where after we reach the 1 million, the criteria will be over, just like a high level picture, right? It will be those projects that give you high cash flows. You know, there are some businesses that are luxury, like, perfume. It takes a long time for people to, although once you buy, it will last you a long time. So you're not buying every day. But we want to do those businesses that gives you cash on a daily basis, like car wash. People wash every day. So we have a criteria, principles, like things that are used every day, like food. People eat every day. So we'll look at those, and we'll look at industries where we get some big margins, like profits. So we have a very standard screening criteria for projects. We are not yet there. It will be in part 2. Yeah. So now to answer your question, those who are coming up now, like members, they'll just be shareholders, but they will have the right to vote. Like if you become a member, you have a right to vote, but you have a certain percentage of your voting rights. In the name of disclosure, it's a good harvest. Thank you. So the founders, because they have skin in the game, the principle is, as a company, we want to make money for everybody. So just like any other company, you don't want somebody to take over and lead the organization in a different direction. So the founders have put in some safeguards to make sure that the vision remains as they want it to be, so that when you are signing up, you know exactly what the vision is. The founders, the safeguards. We have an operating agreement. This is just the prospectus. Yeah. Yes, please. Now.
The first question is, for those who are saying what if they want to put the money at once? They put the $10,000 in at once. Does it mean that you allocate the interest more because we are looking at a 5-year period?
No, it's at the point where you declare dividends.
Okay, so if they put the money today, you still don't say because they put all the money together, the interest.
So your money becomes part of the company's money. Individualized. So once you put in, you are putting to the company, you no longer yes. Mm-hmm.
Is this just only to AZANA members, or we can talk about it to our colleagues who are not part of AZANA and they can enroll? Can we also enroll our family members if they're interested?
That's a good question. Initially, we wanted it to be, so it depends on these numbers, because our goal is to reach 100. So if we don't get 100 people from AZANA, then we'll open it to some other Adventists. But our goal is to put it in-house. Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes, I know that your founders.
Yes.
You deserve some protection.
Mm-hmm.
For how long? Are you going to be the managers until Jesus comes?
No, they are operating agreements. So So for us as founding members, we will die obviously. So it can't be. So the way it's going to play out, when we start doing businesses, we'll have management teams. Like if we decide to open a car wash here in Seattle, we will have to employ people. And where our skill sets are weak, let's say maybe we go in energy, or we want to set up a nuclear energy plant in Zambia, and we don't have those skills, we'll go in the market to hire. So you'll be answerable to the general meeting? Yes, to the members. You can change whatever you guys have decided as a small group. Yes and no, it depends on the vote. Yes, it depends on the vote. We have put some securities there. Yes. Yes, it's a good question. Uh-huh. Yes, we need the vision maintained. Yes, please. For the people who are not here, where's the mic? There's a question for people who are not here. Coordinator, if you're not Puishaka, you can cut us anytime. Okay, last question.
Thank you. I have a question for people who are not here. You have sold the plan to this group here.
Mhm.
And there are people listening online.
Uh-huh.
And suppose they want to enroll. How do you share the prospectus that you have distributed here?
Okay.
Are you sharing that prospectus online? How are you reaching those people for them to enroll?
Thank you very much. That's a good question. So we will have a marketing team where we're going to be promoting this. The primary one, of course, we'll share it to our WhatsApp groups, but we hope to work with each chapter, because we know there are members who are, perhaps they are not even on WhatsApp, but they might be members of the chapter. So we hope to get in touch with all the chapter presidents to help us market this program. But primarily we'll share the prospectus on the platforms. Thank you for your question. Yes, sir. Last. But boss, what are you pushing? I'll keep going. Oh,
But why are you worried? No, he's complaining that he has too much time.
No, not that. I was just okay, Rick.
Just taking the mic away from you.
Yeah, for me, I just want to ask whether in English, the names you showed, those are the owners of the company.
They are the founders. Owners is anybody who puts in the money. So like if you put in the money, you are part of the owner.
But who makes decisions?
Everybody. Because each share has some voting rights.
Are the shares in the same class?
No.
You
But
can elaborate on that.
They all have, yeah, you can read the prospectus. They all have voting rights, in short. All shares have voting rights. But we have, so the LLC, legal in the United States, when you form a company under LLC, you have two options. It can be a member managed, or it can just be corporate.
Yeah.
So you can have members, you have a member managed, or it's managed by, yeah, I am trying to remember the term they use. What's the term used? Yeah, so you can have, let's say if you come up with a LLC and you are just three, all of you can be managers. But if you are too many, then you can have a few people doing the managing. because it becomes difficult when you are, because these LLCs, you can have up to, there's no restrictions on the number of people you can have. So you can't make them all managers. So the model we have is, it's managed by the founders. Mhm. Yes.
Annual general meeting makes decisions and decides who is going to be the management team.
Right.
So the management team, which at the moment it's the founders,
Right.
will be answerable to the annual general meeting. So after 1 year of existence, we expect you to call an annual general meeting.
Right.
Then at the annual general meeting, we are going to make decisions depending on the reports that you guys give us.
Exactly. That's the standard operation. Yeah.
So my last question was that are the founders elective or the permanent is sealed long term?
That one has already been asked.
Oh, I didn't get the answer.
Where was he?
No, I went outside.
The founders, so there's a criteria to be on the board. So it's a question of who's on the board. There might be some people who are currently here who might be on the board long term. You can't perpetually be, you can't be perpetually be running the organization. But there are some safeguards on the side of the founders to protect the interests.
Gotcha.
Yes. Oh,
Okay, now
thank you, everybody, and thank you for signing up. When it's done, when you pay, we'll tell you.
Okay.
And let me ask this, what would be the easiest way for you to be paying? It's 167. If you put it like on automatic, you don't even think about it. It just goes out of your account. So, no. The other payments will. No, just put it as a standing payment.
All right. Thank you so much. A big hand to Kwacha Holdings. The favorite question was your question. Yeah, you aspire to be the next board chair for Kwacha Holdings. I will vote for you. I will vote for you. You have my vote. Okay.
Because where there's money, even if it's done, it flies out.
Okay, we're going to have a few songs. My sister, is it about Kwacha Holdings? You don't. Bless us with a couple songs, and then after they sing, there will be a brief conversation, and then we'll be done for the day, for the evening.